November the 26th, 2024 at 6 p.m. Melissa, could you please do a roll call?
Keller.
Here?
Hedges.
Here.
Tice.
Here.
Plitzka.
Here.
Hallinan.
Here.
Moats.
Here.
Duval.
Yes, here.
Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Council, thanks for coming out for this special meeting tonight. Could I have a motion to dispense with items 4 through 10 on our agenda?
So moved.
So moved by Sherry Tice.
4 through 9. 4 through 9.
4 through 9, thank you. 4 through 9, thank you. Motion by Sherry Tice, second by John Moats. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? That brings us to the portion of tonight's meeting to read legislation. We do have 6 members here tonight, so we can suspend the rules if needed. There are some pieces of legislation that we do need to hold for a third reading, and I'll mention those when they're read. So, Melissa, if you want to start with the first one.
A resolution of the City of Circleville supporting the Ohio Commission for the United States Semi-Quincentennial America 250
Okay, Council, you've heard the second reading of this resolution from the Strategic Planning Committee. Is there any comments?
No, thank you, President Keller. We have heard about this from the Visitors Bureau and the mayor. It's just going to approve the forming of a committee to celebrate the 250th birthday of the America.
Sure. This is something we can pass tonight, so is there a motion?
Make a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules by Sherry Tice, seconded by John Moats. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Council, you are free to act on the resolution.
Motion for adoption?
Motion for adoption by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Sherry Tice. Roll call, please, on the motion for adoption.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
The resolution's adopted.
And assigned 1187, 2024. And an ordinance appointing a clerk of city council for the city of Circleville, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Council, for the second read of this ordinance from the committee as a whole. As I mentioned in the previous meetings, we interviewed 3 candidates. Melissa Burns was the top candidate, and the committee is recommending her to be appointed as our city clerk.
Motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Sherry Tice. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Council, you're free to act on the ordinance.
Motion for passage?
Motion for passage by Jeff Hallinan, seconded by Sherry Tice.
Uh-huh.
Roll call, please, on the motion for passage.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
And is assigned 1188, 2024. An ordinance to provide for current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Circleville, state of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025.
Council, for the second reading of this ordinance from the Finance Committee. Katie?
Thank you, President Keller. This again is the budget for year ending December 31st, 2025. There's been a lot of discussion around this as it pertains to the levy, which has been a good springboard for further discussion as the impact will affect the budget for 2025 and years and beyond. However, the budget was developed with the loss having happened. So we've gone over this at length, and I turn it over to Mark. If Mark, you have any other high-level items you wanted to add?
Nothing high level. The biggest thing was that we did have to move those monies around, those 227 to the 101 account and the 101 fund and the 212 fund. The overall budget is much lower, but a lot of that's due to the sewage plant being finished in basically 2024, and then most of it being spent before 2025. So it is, the overall number is a lot lower. The overall expenditures for the city is right about $1 million higher than it was last year. But that's just the cost of nothing new, just the cost of expenses going up. So,
Mark, can you give us the total budget number one more time?
yes. Pull the right one up here. Now, this will be for the, all the 101s to, or the, I'm sorry, the 100s, the 200s, everything except for the enterprise funds. That comes to, sorry, the special, let me do it this way. The special revenue funds, which is all the 200 funds, is $12,182,000. The bond payment funds, everything on that is, I didn't have that
That's okay.
split up that way when I didn't have that prepared. I do apologize. That was $270,000. That takes care of all of our bond funds. And then finally, the 101, which is the general fund, that is $10,553,000. Last year, that was right around $9 million, $8,900,000, I believe it was.
Thank you. So this came out of our committee and we recommended holding it for a third reading.
Any other comments or questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to hold for a third reading.
Motion to hold this ordinance for third reading, seconded by Tom Klitzka. Motion to, roll call please on the hold this for third reading.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Plitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes. Ordinance will be held for its third reading on December the 3rd.
An ordinance amending the annual appropriation ordinance in the general fund, 101 safety forces, 0.1% income tax fund, 216 the police and fire disability pension fund, 217 Everett's DRD fund, 226 safety forces, 0.5% income tax fund, 227 FEMA public assistance grant fund, 246 waterworks operating fund, 808 waterworks go bond retirement fund, 821 and sewage disposal debt fund 933 of the city of Circleville.
Council, you've heard the second reading of this ordinance that originated from the Finance Committee.
Thank you, President Keller. This was our 14th housekeeping ordinance of the year. It was for just under $1.5 million. The breakout was provided to all of council members. We discussed it at the last meeting. It was for some utilities, some grant payouts for the FEMA grant for the ladder truck. And this did come also with a recommendation for passage.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions or comments? Are there any motions?
Motion to suspend the rules?
Motion to suspend the rules by Katie Hedges, seconded by Sherry Tice. Roll call please on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Plitzka,
Yes.
Hallinan,
Yes.
Moats,
Yes.
Duval.
Yes. Council, you are free to act on the ordinance.
Motion for passage?
Motion for passage by Katie Hedges, seconded by Tom Duval. Roll call please on the motion for passage.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Plitzka,
Yes.
Hallinan,
Yes.
Moats,
Yes.
Duval.
Yes. Ordinance passes.
And is assigned 1189-2024. Sufficiency D.R. Horton, resolution determining the sufficiency of the application to add certain parcels of real property to the Circleville New Community Authority District, to amend the petition for establishment of the Circleville New Community Authority as a new community authority under Chapter 349 of the Ohio Revised Code, to set a date for a public hearing on the applications as required by law, and declaring an emergency.
Council, for the second reading of this resolution, the next three resolutions are related to the NCA, and they have a targeted pass date on December the 3rd. So the appropriate thing to do would be to hold all these for a third reading.
I'll make a motion to do that.
Motion to hold the resolution for a third reading, seconded by John Moat. Roll call please on the motion to hold this for a third reading.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Plitzka,
Yes.
Hallinan,
Yes.
Moats,
Yes.
Duval.
The resolution will be held for a third reading.
Sufficiency Heritage Ponds, resolution determining the sufficiency of the application to add certain parcels of real property to the Circleville New Community Authority District, to amend the petition for establishment of the Circleville New Community Authority as a new community authority under Chapter 349 of the Ohio Revised Code, to set a date for a public hearing on the application as required by law and declaring an emergency.
Council, for the second reading of this resolution related to the NCA of the Heritage Ponds.
Make a motion, we hold it for a third reading?
Motion to hold this resolution for third reading, seconded by Tom Duval. Roll call, please, on the motion to hold this for third reading.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Blitzka,
Yes.
Hallinan,
Yes.
Moats,
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Be held for third reading.
Sufficiency South Court Street, resolution determining the sufficiency of the application to add certain parcels of real property to the Circleville New Community Authority District, to amend the petition for establishment of the Circleville New Community Authority as a new community authority under Chapter 349 of the Ohio Revised Code, to set a date for a public hearing on the application as required by law and declaring an emergency.
Council, for the second reading of this resolution for the NCA project for South Court Street.
Make motion for a third reading, please.
Motion by John Most to hold this for a third reading, second by Jeff Hallinan. Roll call, please, on the motion to hold this for a third reading.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
It will be held for a third reading.
An ordinance authorizing the Director of Public Service to grant Cargill Incorporated the right to install and maintain a modernized unloading system and new rail sidings across the lands owned by the city of Circleville, namely Canal Street, and declaring an emergency.
Council, for the first reading of this ordinance from the Service Committee. Tom?
This is a recommendation from the Service Committee for passage. We are blessed with our Service Director, Mr. Jim Stanley, who will discuss further.
Welcome, Jim.
Good evening. I don't know if I'd call it blessed, but yeah, this allows Cargill to update their current loading and unloading system. It's mostly a loading system where they load rail cars near Main Street. It'll allow them to improve the efficiency of that system, the dust control and the time it takes to load cars, and allow them more stacking area for cars to limit the amount of time that they're crossing Main Street. So that should help the public out as far as grade crossing closings. So
Good.
that's all.
All right.
Move to approve.
How about suspension of rules?
That too.
Tom Duval motions to suspend council rules, seconded by Jeff Hallinan. Roll call, please, on the motion to suspend council rules.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Council, you're free to act on the ordinance. Now Tom's motion
you.
for passage,
And
seconded
I'll
by
second.
Tom Klitzka. Roll call, please, on the motion for passage.
Hedges.
Yes.
Tice.
Yes.
Blitzka.
Yes.
Hallinan.
Yes.
Moats.
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
The ordinance passes.
It is assigned 11/90/2024.
Great, thank you, Melissa. Congratulations to Melissa Burns being appointed as new clerk. So right now, I'm going to have the law director give her her oath of office.
Just tell him just from the,
Waist up.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Melissa Burns,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the ordinances of the City of Circleville,
and the ordinances of the City of Circleville,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
perform my duties as clerk for City Council
perform my duties as clerk for City Council
for the City of Circleville
for the City of Circleville
as required and set forth by law
as required and set forth by law
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
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 Yes.
Thank you.
All right, council, the last thing is, I sent out a note earlier today that we need to have a short executive session. Katie, if you'd like to make that motion?
Thank you. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn into executive session for two different reasons. The first of which is employment of a public official or employee pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1. Also, the second reason is to motion to adjourn into executive session to discuss or negotiate bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation, other terms and conditions of their employment pursuant to revised code section 121.22G4. In executive session, I would request that all of council, president of council, and the law director, Kendra Kinney, and the mayor, Michelle Blanton, be present.
Great. Is there a second to that motion? Seconded by Sherry Tice. We will come back into regular session only to adjourn. Roll call, please, and motion to go to executive session.
Hedges,
Yes.
Tice,
Yes.
Blitzka,
Yes.
Hallinan,
Yes.
Moats,
Yes.
Duval.
Yes.
Okay, we'll go to executive session. So
Happy
Mark, this shouldn't
Thanksgiving,
take very long. Are you leaving for the evening?